you guys, my name is Caleb and today we're going to be doing my March wrap up. So, I have not been making videos a ton in the past month. And you're probably wondering, Caleb, why aren't you making videos like pooping them out like every 5 seconds? Such a good question that I've been asking myself the exact same question all month. Oh no, I hear children. Oh no. Like they're literally 12 years old, but they're like mean. I read 5 books in March. That's a pretty good number, mostly because I read a lot of big books. Yeah, and I just haven't really been on my reading grind. But this is one of the best reading months I've had in months. We're gonna get into the books I read in the month of March. Let's get into the books. So the first book that I read this month, I was kind of reading last month and then finished it this month, and that is Clockwork Princess by Cassandra Clare. I finished this right at the beginning of the month. This book is the best thing that has ever happened to me ever. It was so good. I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars. Definitely such a great end to a great series. I don't know if I like this series more than the Mortal Instruments, because the Mortal Instruments in my mind, they're like such a gateway into my reading life. This series, now that I'm just kind of reading them now, after being in a reading slump for like a whole year, now that I'm finally reading these, I'm like, yeah, they're amazing, but I don't have that like nostalgic feeling. The next book I read, I'm really disappointed about this book only because I just wanted to sit down and marathon this whole series, and then other things kept happening. I'm reading one book of the series a month, and that's Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. I've read them all maybe 3 times. I read this one like maybe 5 times. At the beginning of the year, I was like, I'm doing this, rereading Harry Potter. Kind of just stopped. I don't really remember why. Then I read the second book, and then I waited again, and then I read the third book now. I wanted to read Goblet of Fire. I was gonna read them all. I picked up Goblet of Fire, and I looked at the page count, and I was like, I do not remember this book being 700 pages. Maybe this is gonna be a 1-month thing. If I finish this in July, ooh, that could work out really good, because Harry Potter number 8's coming out in July. Yeah, that's totally what I planned. 5 out of 5 star, obviously. I don't know if many of you have heard about this. It's about these kids, and they're at a wizard school. Yeah. I read a NetGalley this month, and if you don't know what that is, it's like online arcs, basically. I read The Haters by Jesse Andrews on my Kindle. I was kind of excited. I wasn't like, I need it, but I was pretty excited because I love Me and Earl and the Dying Girl so much. And you know, I went into it expecting funny writing, good time, and it just kind of fell flat for me. I didn't really relate with the characters very much. I didn't love the music aspect of it. Wasn't really my cup of tea. But if you are into like music band stuff, I guess you would probably like this book. The humor was pretty good. The road trip was pretty fun. I gave this a 3 stars, I believe. I don't like leaving negative book reviews, so let's continue. The next book that came out this month was Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare. Okay, story time. I read this all, and it was great. 5 out of 5 stars. Halfway through, all of a sudden, I got this huge urge to just kind of see, what am I gonna be reading next? In this journey, I picked up a book, and I was like, let's see what this is all about. Read the first chapter, and all of a sudden, I was halfway through The Winter's Curse by Marie Rutsatsky. I didn't want to read this book. Read the first chapter just as like a sampler to see if I'd maybe be interested in reading it next. I read, and then I was halfway through, and I was like, crap, what do? I'm in the middle of reading Lady Midnight. I'm cheating on Lady Midnight right now. And so the next day, I finished this book, and I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. And that's really upsetting to me, because everybody loves this book so much. I put Lady Midnight aside to read this. Here's the thing, I don't know where it fell flat for me. I liked the characters for the most part. They weren't my favorite. The setting was kind of interesting. I don't know if it was the writing or just the way it was told. Like, I can't put my finger directly on, like, this is the reason why. The last book in the series just came out, and I want to buy them just because they're gorgeous and they're getting a cover change, and I'm like, I don't want those ugly covers, but I'm probably not going to read those because I don't like them. But I don't like just having one book in a series. Ugh. So I did give this a 3 stars, and I'm really upset about that, actually. Then I finished Lady Midnight, and here's a story about this book. I started reading this, finished it, I finished the book, and you know what happens next. The Cassandra Clare dead stage. How can I cope with my death stage by rereading Lady Midnight and taking notes? Caleb, why? I decided to reread the beginning, and I read halfway, and I was like, I'm gonna do a review. I love reviews all of a sudden, even though I really hate doing reviews because I feel so uncomfortable and I have no idea what I'm saying. But apparently I'm doing a review now, but I'm not gonna. I can easily see myself finishing this for the second time and being like, I don't want to do a review. Caleb's second time reading this book, and he's probably not gonna do a review. Oh man, I was like, I need to document my feelings for this on my channel. This book's a 5 out of 5 stars both times around. I really don't know what to do. So yeah, this book happened this month, and was so good. Lord of Shadows is so far away. So far away. It's also NaNoWriMo Camp NaNoWriMo this month. I'm only shooting for 20K. Pretty good. I'm already on like 6K and it's only day 7. I decided I want to do a quick thing where I'm gonna be telling you books I might possibly read. I'm not going into the details. I'm just saying like 2-3 books I would like to get to, because sometimes these videos feel so short. A random book I really have a passion to read this month is The Glass Sword. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm writing a fantasy novel and I'm like, I need to read something that's somewhat like my book, and this book I'm not a huge fan, so maybe I'll read it and be like, oh, this is so cliche, and then be like, my book's not cliche, and feel good about it. I haven't heard thoughts on this book, so if you've read it, please let me know. This one's really exciting. An Ember in the Ashes, because this is fantasy too, kind of in the realm of genre that I'm writing, kind of like medievally, but not. I think that's what this is, and I've been putting this off for years, it feels like. So that was it for my March wrap-up. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will probably, hopefully, make a bookshelf tour soon, because my shelves are pretty great looking. If you would like to see more videos from me, keep up with all this stuff, make sure to subscribe to this channel. So thank you guys for watching. I will see you in my next video. Adios, amigos. That means bye, friends, in Spanish. Bye. Doo-doo-doo. I actually just got back from the DMV, and a lot of people say that it's like the worst experience ever and that there's babies everywhere, but actually it was really fine. Like, you know, maybe there was one 97-year-old man there, and he actually was like screaming, and I was trying to take the test, and he was like, I got a good pun for you. It's about shadow hunters, and they fall in love, but they can't because they're parabati. And on the show they say parabati, and I hate that because I say parabati, like pair of bodies, because they're like connected, you know, kind of. Pair of bodies, parabati, 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 parabati. No! You're so wrong! Today I was taking a math test actually, and then I started singing Burn in my mind, and it was a really intense moment. I highly recommend. What's something different? I always do the same thing for every thumbnail. It bothers me. Like, people don't really understand that. Maybe I should just be real chill with it. Like a waiter or something. Like, can I get your order? Oh gosh. Sorry about that.